Okay, so we're on page 5. Find the following sum. So we know a little bit about summation notation. There it is. But look at what we're going from. I equals 1 up to 25. That's 25 terms if we did it individually, and then we'd have to add them up. So we're hoping there'll be some kind of pattern here so we can use one of our formulas. But we don't know, so we'll have to try. We'll start at 1, I sub 1. So that's 5 times 1 minus 9. And then we'll do the next one, which is going to be 5 times 2 minus 9. And then we'll do the next one, which is 5 times 3 minus 9. Okay, let's see. We know there's more terms, but let's see if there's a pattern here. So you have 5 minus 9, which is negative 4. And then the next one is 10 minus 9, which is 1. And the next one is 15 minus 9, which is 6. So is there a pattern here? So from negative 4 to 1, and then 1 to 6. Well, 1 to 6, you're adding 5, right? And then negative 4 to 1, are you adding 5? Yeah. If you take negative 4 plus 5, you get 1. Okay, so it looks like this is an arithmetic. Looks like arithmetic sequence. Now, if you really wanted to try a few more terms, then you could see it. If you look at the pattern of what's going on, well, you keep multiplying by 5 times a higher number and then subtracting 9. So it does follow the pattern for an arithmetic sequence, but you could try a couple more terms. And by the way, the difference, the common difference is 5. So in case we need to know that. All right, now, great. We know there are a bunch of terms in between. I don't know why I have 4 dots. 4 is better than 3. Okay, 3 dots. And then the last term, we know that's going to be this 25 for I. So 5 times 25 minus 9. Now, why am I jumping to the last term? Because I'm adding these up. It's a sum formula for an arithmetic sequence. And that formula, the sum of an arithmetic sequence, is n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. Okay, so we have to figure out the last term. 5 times 120 or 25 is 125 minus 9 is 116. So that's going to be, plus dot 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 plus 116. That's where we're stopping. Okay, so the sum of, now how many terms are we adding up? 25, because it goes from 1 to 25. Okay, so n is 25. We do need to know that. So 25 over 2 times, what was a sub 1? Negative 4. What was a sub n? 116. And then that's the calculation. So let me go this way. The sum of the first 25 terms is going to be 25 over 2 times 112. Okay, 2 goes into 112 56 times. Okay, now I just need to multiply that. Where's my calculator? 25 times 56. So I think that's 1400. So I'm going to say that's the sum of those first 25 terms. Okay. All right. I think one more, maybe 2 more. Write the first 6 terms of the geometric sequence. So now we're going geometric. That means we're multiplying by a common ratio. The first term, so a sub 1 is 6, and the common ratio is 1/3. Okay, so, and we're just supposed to do, 6 terms. Okay, so a sub 1, well, they tell us that, 6. A sub 2 is going to be 1/3 times 6, because you're going to multiply by the common ratio. So that's going to be 2. And then a sub 3 is going to be, well, it's going to be the last one times, is 1/3 times 2, right? Like you're putting that in there. Okay, so you get 2/3. And then a sub 4, okay, you're going to take the 2/3 times 1/3. Keep multiplying by 1/3. I switched the order there, but that's okay. Multiplication is commutative. So you get 2/9. How do you multiply fractions? Straight across. 2 times 1, 3 times 3. Okay, and then we're going to say a sub 5 is 2 over 9 times 1/3, another common ratio there. Keep multiplying by 1/3. 2 over 27. And then a sub 6 is going to be 2 over 27 times 1/3. Whoops. This is what happens when I run out of room. All right, let's see if I can squeeze in a parenthesis. So that's going to be 2 over 81. Did we find the first 6 terms? Yes. 6, comma 2, comma 2/3, comma 2/9, comma 2 over 27, comma 2 over 81. Those are the first 6 terms. All right. Find the sum of the first 18 terms. Oh my gosh, 18, that seems like a lot. Of the geometric sequence. And then they give us a geometric sequence right here. Do we know the first term? Yes. A sub 1 is 2. Do we know r? We're going to need to know r. Well, you take any 2 terms, -8 over 2. I'm sorry, 2 consecutive terms. And whatever that ratio is, that's going to be your common ratio. So it's -4 actually here. Okay? All right, so now we need that sum formula, and this is the one I always have trouble remembering this one. So S sub n is a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the nth over 1 minus r. Okay, I'm going to double check and make sure I have that right. Okay, yes, that is it. That's the one I always have trouble remembering. So what are we going to add up? 18 terms. That means n is 18. So S sub 18 equals, now a sub 1 we know, 2, times 1 minus r we know is -4. Now I'm going to make that a square bracket just to help me keep things straight, to the nth, and the n was 18, right? Okay, so it looks like that, over 1 minus -4. Okay, there's some things we can do maybe to make this a little bit easier. So 2 times 1 minus -4 to the 18th. Now I could worry about the signs, but I'm not going to, but I could. And then in the bottom, that's 1 plus 4, which is 5. Okay, so that'll make it a little bit easier. Now, how am I going to put this in a calculator? 2, I'll have to open a parenthesis, and then it's going to be 1 minus, and then another parenthesis, -4 to the power of 18. I need to close that off and then divide by 5. All right, and so I'm going to put this in the calculator and see what I get. So in my calculator, it shows -2.7487791 times 10 to the power of 10. That's what it's showing. That is scientific notation. So I'm going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 places, and I need to go 10 places. So I'll have to put in 3 zeros. So 7487791, 1, 2, 3. Now that's as accurate as my calculator is getting it. Okay, so it's -27, let's see, 1,487,791,000. Now the book, I think their answer had it a little more accurate. It didn't have these zeros here, but the calculator I was using, that was as accurate as I was going to get. Okay, a pretty big number. Well, really a pretty small number because it's negative. Okay.